Good evening, my fellow friends, the YouTubers. This is Kurt, and welcome back to the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube. Well, guys, we're back down here in my basement arcade for another dueling arcade video game for you. Now, this time we're going to be playing another classic down here in the game room. We're going to be playing Asteroids from 1979, made by Atari. Now, we'll tell you a couple things about this game before we get started on this, how I actually set this up to run on the arcade machines I have in the basement. Now, as you're gonna know, the Asteroids actually has left and right buttons on it actually to control the rotation of the ship, left to right. Now, what I did on this, because I'm running a MAME system on here, I actually used the joystick actually to duplicate the movements. If you go to the settings, where they have the settings under input, you can actually adjust the settings for the input. And what I did is I actually had the left side, the left movement of the joystick, the right side, right movement of the joysticks in place of the buttons. Now, you can use actual arcade buttons if you want to, if you have a control panel set up like Asteroids. But I found that this really worked really well when I set this game up, and that's how I got this to actually run on here. Now, the one thing you're going to notice about Asteroids is you're going to notice the main version of Asteroids plays very well. It runs exactly like it did on the original arcade game from 1979. Now, the only difference you're going to notice is the one thing it doesn't have the vector sprite. That's one thing you're going to notice about Asteroids. If you have access to a vector monitor, I highly recommend it. There's actually an arcade that we go to called Spinners that we actually go to, and they have a real Asteroids arcade machine there with a vector monitor. And the vector monitor is what basically gives you almost like flashbulb. When you make shots that look like flashbulbs, well, that's a vector monitor. You're going to notice it will play on here, but it's not going to have the same effect on here as it does in the arcade. Still a great game, but if you get a chance, I highly recommend it. You definitely try to give Asteroids a play on a real machine if you get a chance too. Both very enjoyable, but the vector monitor is definitely one if you get a chance. Definitely try it on a vector monitor as well. So let's tell people a little bit about what consoles and things Asteroids also came out on as well.
Okay, Asteroids came out on a lot of different consoles back in the day. That came out on the Atari 2600, 5200, the 7800. Most of it came out on the Atari consoles. Of course, you get some of the flashback consoles that came on the PlayStation 2, and of course, matter of fact, even the Nintendo Switch even has a version of it with it's on their version as well. They have the Atari flashbacks, which on a lot of the Atari flashback systems have Asteroids on their setups as well.
So really, really cool stuff. Now, I wanted to mention too, guys, by the way, too. Now, I had some people ask me, what does Spinners Arcade look like? Well, I will be having a video hopefully within the next 2 weeks from Spinners Arcade that we actually go to. I'll be having a video going up hopefully in the next 2 weeks. It'll be a premiere video. Hopefully in the next 2 weeks, it's actually going to show you what Spinners Arcade looks like. Lots and lots of classics there. It's a pay one price arcade in Frederick, Maryland, right, Lester?
Yes, in Frederick.
It's pay one price. For about $15 you can play. Usually they're up until midnight on Fridays and Saturdays, and we usually go there and we have a great time. And I'll have a video in about 2 to 3 weeks. It's going to be on one of my premiere videos on Sundays as well. Now, I also want to mention, by the way, too, this video is also going to be a premiere video. Now, I generally have premiere videos on my channel anywhere from 12 to 2 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. I try to do them every Sunday that I have available because that's when I like to have my premiere videos. Now, during a premiere video, if you have any comments, you want to ask me a question, the chat rooms are open as well for that as well. So I wanted to thank you once again, by the way, for checking out our Asteroids video here down on the Dueling arcade machines. All right, let's go ahead and begin. And as always, thanks again for watching.
And once again, for your discretion, highly advised.
All right, turn the lights out here so you get a better view here.
Oh yes, like I said, with this kind of setup, oh yeah, definitely improvement.
And you're going to see that the sounds and things of Asteroids are very classic as well. One of those classic arcade games that can't be missed.
And not to mention, one starts off nice and easy and amps up real quick.
All right.
All right.
Ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Let's do this.
Another thing unique about Asteroids too is it was also black and white too, which is another thing that's pretty unique about it too. And that's replicated pretty well here as well in this version as well.
And of course, not only you have the asteroids you gotta worry about, but at the earlier stage you got the UFOs to worry about, the little satellites you gotta worry about, and then of course in later stages as the game progresses, you also have UFOs coming after you, which are a lot smaller, but with a lot of points.
And you're going to see it starts out simple, but then it ramps up in difficulty pretty quick. I always liked the simplicity of this game. That's one thing I always liked about Asteroids is how simple it was.
Well, yeah, simplicity is definitely there.
And that's one thing really nice about my game room down here is how I do have the machine set up down here so we can play together. Oh!
Ooh, that was close. Come on, Papa. Come on, Papa. There you go.
Oh!
Ah.
Well, my game certainly went quick. I ended up with 6,200 points. Huh?
Yeah, mine was just about as quick, but I got almost 8,000.
Now, I'll tell you what we'll do. Since we had a pretty short game, let's do another one. We'll do another one for you, okay?
Give me one
Ready to
second.
start up one more?
Give me 1 second to get the stuff.
And you're going to find, too, that that's one thing about asteroids. Sometimes the games are short and sometimes they're long. It all depends on where the asteroids are. And that's another thing, too. Asteroids generates the asteroids in slightly different positions every time you play it. It never seems to be in the same place twice. Another
And
thing
also,
very neat.
in ways you can play, you can see at the center, which is usually, some people say it's advisable, or you can go floating around. And of course, with some of the other functions that with the 2.
All right.
Thanks for playing experience. And of course, really unique with it, I really we can go up a flashback. I remember playing this with my dad a lot, and of course, then the opportunity to actually show my girlfriend's son how to play this game. He got it.
And one unique thing, too, for me with Asteroids, when Asteroids came out, I was 9 years old. And I used to play it. We used to have our arcade called Aladdin's Castle. I used to play at Oakdale Mall. And this is one of the games I used to play. I was 9 years old when I played this, and I still remember this. My dad also enjoyed this game as well, too. And it was pretty good on the Atari. Atari 2600 was pretty good, too. I remember playing that version as well.
Oh, yeah. I remember us playing that a couple years back. Up to the point where we're flipping the score. We had such a good run, we're flipping the score a few times.
Woo!
Ah!
Ah! Well, there you go, guys. So you'll see, it's a really, really classic game. Definitely want to give, if you get a chance, definitely give it a try.
Yeah, highly recommended.
Now, I also want to mention, by the way, too, once again, too, I wanted to thank you once again, by the way, for tuning into the Kurt's Place channel. Now, also, when you're watching a video, on the top right-hand side of the screen, there's a little icon. If you open up the little icon, that's going to open up videos I have to other videos, links to other videos I have as well. If you want to check out one of those, you just click on the link to the video, and it'll take you right to it. And I also want to mention, by the way, too, in addition to this Dueling Arcade Machine video, there's other videos on the channel as well. Now, I'm going to try to have at least one video in that link I told you about on the right-hand side where the video links are, at least one link to another Dueling Arcade video game video as well on my channel as well. All right, guys, and once again, I want to thank you once again, by the way, for tuning into the Kurt's Place channel here on the YouTube. And also, I want to mention, by the way, too, if you want to help show your support for the Kurt's Place channel, I do have merchandise available as well. You can get things such as hats, mugs, and keychains from the Kurt's Place channel store. There's a link to the Kurt's Place channel store in the video description down below. All right, guys, and always thanks again for watching and checking out this premiere video as well. And I hope you all have a great day now. And once again, thank you once again for myself and my friend Les down here helping me out making the video today. Thank you again, Lester, by the way, again for helping me make the video today. And I hope you all have a really great day. Now, and I also want to mention, too, since we're close to Thanksgiving, I hope everybody has a really nice Thanksgiving day as well, and with you and your families. All right, thanks again for watching. Once again, we'll catch you next time on a video on the Kurt's Place channel. Have a great day now. Bye-bye now. We'll see you next time. Take care now.